Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Before the release of Festival of Legends, I speculated that Imp Warlock would be one of the archetypes that can survive the rotation, and now I can confirm that that is indeed the case. And this is the Imp Warlock list that I have been playing. I have enjoyed this a lot. I think this is better than the ones that we have statistics available for. The ones that have statistics on HS Replay, they're currently sporting 49% win rate. But I think they're slightly inferior to this list, so this list seems to be more playable. I actually had 100% win rate playing with this deck, of course. So yeah, it's pretty good. So you can add the imps, and then you can add the new fatigue package. That goes really well because most of those are imps too. Baritone Imp and then Crazed Conductor summons some imps. And one card that other people seem to be overlooking is the Imp-oster. I really like the Imp-oster because whenever you have Vial Library, you can buff up an imp and then you can copy that with Imp-oster, and then you just have two big imps, and that's really good. Also, in the current meta, you need a little bit of top end. Imp King Rafaam obviously gives some top end for you. Dar'Khan Drathir, another splendid card that gives you some top end. And then I have currently Symphony of Sins and Gigafin in this deck. And I actually think this deck is now 28 cards complete. The only flex slots I would consider would be the Symphony of Sins and Gigafin. Gigafin is the one that I'm least certain about. I probably could see myself changing that for something else. But Symphony of Sins, it is a bit hit and miss. There are 7 movements, so you have 43% chance to get a specific movement when you play Symphony of Sins. But obviously the others are shuffled into your deck and they're still pretty strong, most of them. So it still gets some jobs done, especially because it also has one that buffs your board and then buffs your hand. So imps, you have a lot of minions, that's good. Just dealing 6 damage to the opponent's face is good. There's a bunch of good things that Symphony of Sins can do, and it can really give you some longevity for this deck and some more power at the late game if you haven't managed to end the game by then. But yeah, Imp Warlock, it's still a fine archetype, and I had a great time playing with this deck, and this is what it looks like in action. Alright. Hatred. 10,000 years. We can go with this. It's fine. We don't have anything for 2, but we should be able to find something. And then we have the Fiendish Circle on 3 into... If these die, then we have the Imp on 4. So everything looks nice. Okay, that was a surprising use of the coin, but fine. We have the library. Oh, we don't want to hit into that one now. Then we'll have the circle, then we'll have the imp. We'll see. Should be okay. Or maybe not. Depends on how much tempo this Demon Hunter is going to have here. Also quite a lot of tempo, I have to say. Quite a lot of tempo indeed. Well, we go in with the Fiendish Circle, of course. I think we're just sacrificing this one now. Maybe a buff on it is fine. Had the option to go face. Had the option to sacrifice this and leave a 4 for Imp here. Alright. Those cards, they are swinging by. They will never catch me. They are swinging by indeed. Just look at them go. Anyway, I'm going to trade away those 2 and get the Mischievous Imp out there. Alright. Demon Hunter just plays 1 million cards. Still has more cards in hand than I do. Right. So far so good. We can make a double gang boss here. Bring a Gang Boss. I'll buff it up. And I'll make a copy. I trade away the minions because Demon Hunter could have those rush synergies and like Halveria. And then those even 1/1s on the board could end up having like 6 attack or something. Just want to get rid of them. Just so that there won't be any surprises. One minion on the board is probably something I can afford to have. I believe. Because we're pushing this 14 to the dome. I don't think one minion deals 24. We should be able to handle this. Imp-oster didn't really make the cut in the previous version. Oh, well. Can it? No, it still shouldn't be too much, right? Yeah, there's no way. I was a little worried that there's going to be the Quillbore on this, and then it's going to deal 6 damage every time, but even if they had a ton of free spells, it would have just cleared these, and then there's still 14 damage from the gang bosses, so that would still have been enough. Alright. I need the minions. I didn't have any minions there. Library is great, but no minions, it's a little less impressive. Let's see about this Death Knight. Hi, Baltar. I didn't have a great time against Death Knights in the Theory Crafting live streams because Death Knights, they were doing some crazy stuff. With the hand buffs, they can just really get things done. Playing Defile Warlock. Okay. Frost with Nerubian Vizier. An Asphyxiate. Many surprise moves right there. Many surprise moves. Now, this is actually terrible because that immediately contests the gang boss. Yeah, I feel like I'm in trouble here. I think I have to do it like this. So that, yeah, it can kill the gang boss, but at least it dies. The citadel stands strong. But they're basically clearing my board here. They don't want to clear my board. That was a surprise. And a very welcome one. Okay. We got the board back at least for a while. But they might just have the burn. They seem to be pretty frosty. This could draw a few cards. This takes 4 spaces on the board. That's acceptable, we'll do that. We'll still spend this over there. I believe we do. And we kill off that Tessarian. I'll leave a Tessarian up. They shouldn't have a way to handle all of these imps, although Howling Blast would kill a couple of them now. The citadel stands strong. I have Dar'Khan coming in a couple of turns. Can't get the conductor out there, but I can draw some cards. I can also make my hero immune during my turns, that is. That means that I can get the Flame Imp out there. And the Nofin's Imp-ossible. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this one out there. Get that immunity so that I can get the Flame Imp out there. Then I can get the Nofin's Imp-ossible. And I believe I do want to trade these away. I don't think I want to leave those up. And push a little bit to the face. Okay. Two damage. Fine. You really don't want to kill that one. That's just going to increase the damage. And then we win. With the Dar'Khan Drathir. Zap. Alright. There we go, there we go. Let's see. Alright, here we go with the Flame Imp. La 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 la. Going to be some kind of hero power druid, of course. But what kind of hero power druid is the question.
Nature speaks through my tunes.
I'm always playing the Baritone Imp here. The question is just, do I try to hit face or do I kill the free spirit? I think I need to hit face here. That's a very early aquatic form. Unlikely to actually get a card. But this time it managed to get a card. Unfortunate. Groovy Cat can kill one of these. Then that hero power can kill this. So I want to kill the Groovy Cat instead. So that then, like, hero power can kill one of these, but yeah, fine. That doesn't make a huge difference.
Nature speaks through my tunes.
Alright, +5/+5 hero power coming right up. Time to do Nofin's Imp-ossible. And a Vile Library. Need to hit some face, obviously. I think it's going to be important to trade that one away so that one can't kill this. Are these others trading into that or just going face? I think these actually need to trade into this one. I think I actually need to trade so that I can get more power on the board for next turn. They have another Groovy Cat in hand. They get 5 armor every time they use the hero power. This is infused. They thought they couldn't handle it. Alright. I guess I'm fine with that. I'm not sure if the Vile Library should be mulliganed away or not. I would have to check the stats. We'll see. Let's try to get some stuff on the board. Oh noes. Armor. I need the library here and we need to hit face. Next turn we're buffing up one of the Fiendish Circles. Blood Death Knight very strong. Curious, but I guess possible. This is probably going to be a Combo Mage. I mean, why else would they run Armamender? Alright, then we're going with the Fiendish Circle. We can buff one of them into a 5/5. I assume some of these will live. I guess they could have a fire sale. Screaming Banshee. Alright. Well, I guess we're going to draw 5 cards. That somehow seems like a good idea. And we'll do the buff and hit some face. Okay. So far so good. I could even have a second Vial Library for next turn. I think Cage Head will be good. Probably not. I mean, it's like, what, 9 mana? Feels awfully slow. If the mage is just going to be able to freeze my stuff all the time, I could be in trouble. You doing any achievements? I mean, it's day 1, we're just playing with the new decks. Like, what? Just playing with the new cards.
Reality.
An Artificer, really?
Time runs out on me.
I'll have to kill the Artificer, of course. So, that's 5 slots, 6 slots if I play another library. 7 slots, then there's going to be 1 freed for the Librarian. Yeah, so we play the Baritone Imp here. This is the one that's going to trade. We'll spread the buffs around. Play another library. We'll spread the buffs around here. We'll buff that one. And we'll buff this one. Then I will also get the Librarian out there. I will be boardlock, but that's gonna be fine. I want to kill that. And then I want to hit some face. Alright, so Mage is at 5 mana. 1 mana away from being able to play Blizzard, but they could have a solid alibi. Solid alibi would be fairly strong here. They also freeze 2 minions. And they have a solid alibi. That's unhappy. They freeze just 1. They could have a Blizzard for next turn. That's totally possible. So do I just need to push in as much damage as I can? So I could get them down to 10 now. Then they will Blizzard. I believe the mage will Blizzard now. No, they're just going to do another solid alibi. We can get 4 damage in this turn. I can take the 2 fatigue damage here. Next turn they can Blizzard and I can't do anything about it. I'm going to buff up the biggest one here. I'm going to play the Virtuoso and tap. Then we push in all the damage again. We get the mage down to 6, so the mage will need a 3rd solid alibi. Because I have lethal from hand. Oh, now they don't necessarily need that because they have the Artificer. That's going to give them another solid alibi. But thing is that going to be enough? It only heals them by 2. So they're at 8. I have 7 coming from the board, and then I have the Crescendos. So we do win through the solid... I have 6 coming from the board, but it's still enough. We still win through the solid alibis here. Because we have been consistent in hitting face with a wide board, that has made it possible for me to deal sufficient damage, even through mage's repeated solid alibis. Boom, dead mage. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.